Hello everyone, how are you? Hope all of you are doing good. So, in this video, you guys are welcome to see how to register a company in Bangladesh. Now, we'll discuss in details regarding how to register a company in Bangladesh in regards to who are Bangladeshi citizen and who are a non-Bangladeshi citizen, means who are a foreigner. So, we will discuss both of the process for registering a company in Bangladesh. There are some steps for registering a company in Bangladesh. These are divided into two sections, that is pre-registration process and post-registration process. Now, in the first step, we will discuss pre-registration process. Key facts about company formation. Company name. The name must be approved before incorporation of the company in Bangladesh. Directors. It has to be minimum 2 directors and not exceed 50 directors for a private limited company. Directors can be either local or foreign. Directors must be at least 18 years of age and must not be bankrupt or convicted for any malpractice in the past. The law requires that a director must own qualification shares stated in the articles of association. A shareholder which is not a natural person, for example, a company, can select a nominee directors. In the previous sentence, we have spoke about the number of shares the directors must own. That is depends on the broadness of the company. So there must be a certain director's owner for the director, and he must own the shareholder. We will discuss it later on in our next videos. Shareholder. A private limited company in Bangladesh can have a minimum of 2 and maximum of 50 shareholders, as I said before. A director and shareholder can be the same or a different person. The shareholder can be a person or another legal entity, such as another company I have told. 100% local or foreign shareholding is also allowed in most sectors. New shares can be issued or existing shares can be transferred to one director to another director anytime after the company has been registered in Bangladesh, which has gone through a valid process. Now, we will discuss about the capital by which you can start your company. There are two types of capital. Number 1, paid up capital. Number 2, authorized capital. The paid up capital is the type of capital by which you are going to start your company initially with that money. Minimum paid up capital for registration of Bangladeshi company is taka 1, that means 1 taka, and paid up capital, also known as share capital, can be increased any time after the incorporation of the company. Now we will discuss about authorized capital. This is a type of capital that you must state the authorized capital in the memorandum of association and articles of association. You must have to write it on both of these association. It is the maximum amount of share capital that you might incorporate or you might invest for your company or that can be allocated to the shareholders. Part of the authorized capital can remain unissued. There is no maximum or minimum limit for authorized capital in Bangladesh as per the Company Incorporation Act of Bangladesh. Registered address: you must have a valid registered address from where you want to operate your company. The registered address must be a physical address, and a must physical address have to be there in existing. There are two types of association: memorandum of association and articles of association. The company to be incorporated must prepare a memorandum of association and articles of association, for which you might need to take help of a expert company lawyer. Now we will discuss some facts which must need into consideration for foreigner investors who want to run a company in Bangladesh without visiting in Bangladesh. Considerations that might need into account for foreigners. Foreigners wishing to open a Bangladesh company must take into considerations the following points, otherwise they might face the problems in different situations. The foreigner who is the shareholder of a company registered in Bangladesh must open a bank account in the name of the proposed company with the name clearance obtained from the Register of Joint Stock Companies and Firms RJSC. For example, the Register of Companies and bring in the initial paid up capital. This is a mandatory for company incorporation in Bangladesh, and this rule is only applicable for foreign investors. All company incorporation formalities can be handled without a foreigner visiting into Bangladesh. The only exception is they must have to open a bank account. For this reason, they might need to come, and it is depending on the bank they choose. All the director and shareholders can be foreigner. There is no requirement for you to obtain any special Bangladesh visa if you merely want to incorporate a private limited company but have no plans to relocate to Bangladesh. You are free to operate your company from overseas or sitting in Bangladesh, as well as to visit Bangladesh on a business visa whenever required to attend to company matters on a short-term basis. Finally, if you plan to relocate to Bangladesh to operate your company, you are required to obtain a work permit. In this part, we will discuss regarding some important documents which is definitely needed to incorporate a private limited company in Bangladesh. The documents are: number 1, drafting of memorandum of articles and articles of association and other required documents, which we will discuss in our next videos. Number 2, director's resolution to open a new company in Bangladesh. Number 3, obtaining and filling up the following forms for registration of the company to RJSC. We will give the all links in the below. Number 4, Form 1. Form 1 is declaration on registration of company. Form 6, notice of situation of registered office. Form 9, consent of director to act. Form number 10, list of persons consenting to be directors. And Form 12, particulars of the directors, manager, and managing agents. These very basic documents is essential or a part of parcel to open a private limited company in Bangladesh. The thing we'll discuss now about the formalities related with bank account to incorporate a private limited company in Bangladesh. Directors shall open a temporary bank account in the name of the proposed company with any scheduled bank with the condition that the account shall be regularized once the company is duly registered with company houses, and it is to be noted that the account name should be the name of the company which name clearance has been achieved from RJSC. Number 2, capital contribution to the bank account. Number 3, encashment certificate from the bank which express that the sum required for capital contribution has been duly dispatched in the temporary bank account of the proposed organization. So these are the primary informations to incorporate a company in Bangladesh. And so far we have discussed the persons who are a foreigner and also a person who is Bangladeshi. They can incorporate a company step by step as per our guideline. This also mentioned in the Companies Act 1994. There are some post activities after the company has been registered in Bangladesh, like getting a tax tin, then trade license and other required documents which might need, like BSTI license if you want to produce some chemical materials or food items, etc. Fire license if you want to manufacture gas, petroleum type products, etc. In the next video, we'll discuss about the post activities after the company has been registered, and we want to mention for now again that what we have discussed in our video, that is a basic idea. This idea cannot make you fully expert incorporate a company in Bangladesh. You have to find a local lawyer to get some expert advice and what you actually need specifically. Then you can file or you can incorporate a company in Bangladesh and run your own business. Thank you so much. Good day.